Let's go.
Got the game on lock and really got a combination. Stay up on the move. I ain't got no transportation.
How y'all feeling?
You call me a smooth stool. Some say I'm a young nigga raised by the old school. You niggas small like you in lifestyle.
Right. Let's go, man. Hey, man, welcome to another great episode of your boy, Cobe Rise and Rise. You dig what I'm saying? So we got the Rise and Rise Academy podcast. Thank everybody for joining. You dig? So we started a little late today, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop the episode. We're going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it pushing. You dig what I'm saying? All right, so let's see what we got going on right now. All right, guys. All right, so right now we have the 30-day challenge still going on. You dig? So we have the app. So the Rise and Rise Fitness application is available on iTunes. It's also available. It's available on the App Store. It's also available on the Play Store, so you can get it in Android. So it's available in Android devices, Apple devices. You can download the application. It's a 30-day fitness challenge section that you want to tap on, and that's where the workouts are going to be at. And so 30 days of the challenge. It started June the 1st. The last day is going to be June the 30th, and the winner will be announced in July the 1st. July the 1st will be announced the winner of the 30-day challenge. So we're going to look and see who's the biggest transformation from June the 1st through June the 30th. You dig what I'm saying? All right, man. It's your boy, Cobe Rise and Rise. You dig? So Showtime will be joining in later. Excuse me. All right. So let's get it cracking. As y'all can see, today's topic is food that fits your lifestyle. Foods that fits your lifestyle. What's going on? Let's see what's going on. What's popping? All right, so I just want to make sure I shout out the brand. So it's Rise and Rise Academy. So the food pyramid is here. It's the alkaline veggies, alkaline grains, fruits, herbs, whole foods, and snacks. The smallest portion is the clean meats and other additives. You dig? So these are going to be, this is the blueprint for health. This is the blueprint for health. I know it's a little bit different, right? So I want to give you guys something that's live, something that I typically do. So whole food snacks. This is just an example of what I do. Whole food snacks is something that's whole food that you can use as far as a snack. So whole food snacks is something similar to like mixed nuts, like pecans, walnuts, pistachios, just different things like that. That's something that's whole food, but it's considered also a snack. Even tortilla chips, you know what I mean? Making sure that it's coming from a clean source, right? So it's nothing extra added onto it. You dig? Even popcorn. And try to use the seeds. Try to use the stove popcorn because that's the one that you can actually see. So the microwave popcorn tends to have a lot more chemicals in it. So just keep it clean. So an example of what I have, let me just move this out the way. It's the white corn popcorn. You dig? So it's something that's really good, something that's really healthy. And I make this often. Just a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. There's no butter on it. Grapeseed oil is what I use to pop the popcorn. You dig? And so this may take maybe 6 minutes in total. Heat up the oil for maybe 2 minutes. Drop the seeds in there. Cover the pot. Leave a little crack on the lid. Make sure the steam comes out, but it pops. Once it starts to slow down and pop, just kind of turn it to a medium to off, and just let it do its thing, and from there you have a whole food snack. So that is something that you guys can use as far as a whole food snack, right? So just wanted to give you guys that option when it comes to mostly plant-based diets. You dig? All right. So let's keep it on track. So foods that fit your life. This is actually an example of foods that fit your life. So you can eat certain foods that will fit your lifestyle. So if you are looking to have a more healthy lifestyle, or if you notice that you're not living the way that you would like to, so let's just say if you're looking for more energy, you want to Eat foods that's going to increase your energy. So, for example, um, a mostly alkaline diet is going to give you the most energy. You dig? So, the more alkaline based diet that you have and detox from the rest typically will give you a more energetic feel for your lifestyle. So, for example, let's just say if you're working, gosh, you could work anywhere. I mean, let's just say if you have a very high um, active lifestyle, meaning like let's say if you work, gosh, as a nurse, right? So you're always moving, constantly moving, and you tend to get tired, right? You tend to be tired most of the time, right? And that's just with any high intensity type of job like that, high in stress, always moving, always on the go. This type of lifestyle, it requires a lot more energy. You dig? It requires a lot more energy. And so what that entails is there are foods that you can eat that will increase your energy levels. So for example, alkaline veggies like wild rice, alkaline veggies like, let's see. Actually, I'll put them on the list right here. So if you pull up this list, cucumber, dandelion greens, garbanzo beans, kale, lettuce, all except uh, iceberg. Iceberg is a very popular lettuce, right? But it's also the least. So zucchini, turnip greens, watercress, wild arugula. There are fruits as well. You have apples, bananas, specifically the small bananas. So these are the key factors in what I mean by a mostly alkaline based diet. So when it says small bananas, this is what it's referring to as um, what do you call it? The chatas. So the in Hispanic culture they call it the chatas. It's a small banana. The small banana. That's going to be more of the alkaline type of fruit, alkaline type of banana. Elderberries, cherries, and now this is a reminder. So the fruits have the seeds in it. These are the fruits with the seeds in it. You got the raisins seeded, um, prunes, the prickly pear, plums, peaches, papaya, oranges, Seville or the sour preferred, melons that are seeded, watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew. You have limes, key limes, and of course these have seeds in them. Grapes, figs, dates. Um, these are the type of fruits that you want to have that are on the alkaline level that's going to produce a more of an energetic feeling. Energetic feeling. This is what you want. This is what you want. These are also teas that you want to start to incorporate in your diet. Burdock tea, chamomile, elderberry, fennel, ginger, raspberry, and tia. These are all different types of teas that can elevate into the alkaline space. So that way you have more energy throughout your days, as well as your oils. So this is giving you a generic food list. You dig what I'm saying? To increase a more energetic lifestyle. You know what I mean? And these are for the ones who have, I'm not gonna say an issue, but they're looking for more of a an energetic life because they're, let's say their career is high in demand for their energy, right? So they have a little bit more of a on the tired scale. You dig? So shout out to Showtime. What's going on, bro? We already got started. You feel me? So I already know you're gonna jump in.
Peace, peace.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How you feeling, bro?
Yeah, definitely. Great, man. Blessed and favored, man. I hear you kicking the knowledge. Everything
Oh
sound
yeah,
real good. Those energetic foods, man. I'm learning. Yeah, let's
absolutely.
get it. Let's get it.
I was just
Let's
giving
get
them,
it.
a little breakdown. You feel me? And I know we pretty much we know this lifestyle. You feel me? We know what comes with it. We understand, the benefits that come with it. And we also understand the benefits of detoxing, right? And I think we spoke about this before, even with Akil on the
Mhm.
show. Shout out to Akil, where we spoke about how everybody asks about this whole sea moss. Everybody's like, "Yo, what's up with the sea moss?" And they think that even though we know sea moss is healthy, cool, we get that. They think that taking sea moss just erases
Mhm.
everything that they've been doing, right? But it comes with understanding. Just because you eat, or let's say you take sea moss, but you're not doing anything else, if you're not changing what you eat, changing what not to eat, it's not going to benefit you as well as what you think it is, right? So you really have to detox your body in order to feel the full effect. You'll feel some effect, but you want the full effect. You want the 100% effect that's going to benefit your body. And from that, you have to detox. This is not like your Western medicine where you have like, you take a Motrin or you take an aspirin, it just boom, gets into your head, but and we know with that type of medicine, if it impacts you that quick, it's probably going to be some side effects to it. You know what I'm saying? And continuing to take these type of medicines, and it, like I said, do what you want, do your research as well. But what I'm saying is, I think Cat Williams had a joke about this, the comedian. I don't know if y'all know Cat Williams or not, but he said, you take too many aspirins, that'd be your last headache. You dig what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind when you want to look into
For
these
sure.
different type of medicines. You know what I mean? So and we talking about the natural healing way. These are for the people that are introduced or are looking into a holistic type of way of living. And a holistic type of way of living is something that's more of what God put here for us, and the difference pretty much is you want to detox what you are doing, meaning completely, don't eat the stuff that you're currently eating, but replace them with the healthy foods. That way you can over time, and this takes time. I think Dr. Sebi went on a 90-day fast. So put yourself in a 90-day window for just completely going, like cold turkey, for example. And this is just one way you could do it. Um, Completely change what you eat into the alkaline herbs and replace your diet with what is showing right here on the food pyramid. Mostly alkaline veggies, mostly alkaline grains. Next is your herbs, and that's everything that was on that list. Your fruits, whole food snacks. I'm gonna give y'all another example. So again, this is popcorn that came from the seeds. This is not coming from the bag popcorn that you put in the microwave, because now you're introduced to the rays, the different rays that's in the microwave. So you want to make sure that you do a more of a cleaner version of your snacks. You know what I mean? So your mixed nuts, what I'm saying, your sunflower seeds, stuff like that, that's gonna, push you into a more different type of diet, and so detoxing from everything else. So that's more of your understanding of a holistic approach, so you can have a better digestion of this clean version of a diet. You dig? So I already know Showtime. I know you got some gems to drop on them boys. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of went over the basics of it. You feel me? So, I
Yeah,
whatever.
that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And you laid it down real good. I was gonna say too, man, it's always wise to do that detox and clean out, what's in there, the old, the bacterias, the whatever, whatever may have been hindering us, the old fats. It's always good to detox and cleanse. You spoke about Dr. Sebi, fasting. Fasting is also spiritual too, and that's just to kind of cleanse some of that negativity, cleanse some of the old habits, old ways, and start fresh. Speaking about that sea moss, for me, a lot of people do, with it being so popular nowadays, a lot of people do feel like it is that magic pill, but it's not, it's not. I've always introduced it as just something to increase, what I need if I'm not getting it naturally from foods. If the sea moss has the 102 minerals that the body, well, 92 of those 102 minerals that the body needs, then that's a good source that, just providing the body what the body needs. But we have to continue, to live healthy, eat healthy, be mindful of those other things. And definitely that detox is always good to kickstart your goals, kickstart, if whatever you decide, that you're gonna go with, whether it be that sea moss, whatever it is. Definitely, I hear you dropping the gems on the detox. Get that bad out. If you think about it, it's, just kind of think about it. Why would you try to put some good stuff on top of bad stuff? You see what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So
That's a fact.
yeah, why would you try to live healthier, and why would we just try to add? You feel me? Like, if our foundation is weak, why would we keep putting 3-story, 4-story, 5-story? Eventually, that first story gonna collapse. You feel me? Because we never cleaned out that bottom. So make sure you clean up that bottom first. You know, when we dealing with these products and trying to develop a good nutrition to go with, I always recommend before that switch, do that detox.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And that and look at you can look at religion too. So even religion pushes detox. So if you look at I forget the religion was it's in the Muslim community, the Ramadan, so for the Islamic religion, they use Ramadan to fast, right? To cleanse the body, and that and if you want to look at it from a religious standpoint, look at that. So it's not just they're not just saying it for no reason. There's a reason for it, right? Let's just even take it to science. So before everybody goes to the doctor, you have what's it called? You have your urgent care doctors that you go to every year for your checkups, your physicals, different things, what have you. And they tell you they want to do a blood work. So they have to pull your a tube of blood so they can look at everything as far as your cholesterol, your glucose, your kidney levels. You know what I'm saying? So everything that they can look at inside of your body that's going on, they can tell by looking and examining in your blood. And what do they tell you to do? They tell you to fast for at least 8 hours. Because if you don't fast, that means there's a lot of different things that's going on in your blood that's hard to tell. So they can't really see clear on your glucose levels, because when you eat certain foods, it elevates or decreases your glucose and cholesterol and your calories. Excuse me. And it's hard to tell where your body is. They know where your body is based on the fact that you fasted. You dig? So if fasting resets and regulates your blood levels, that'll let you know that there's some type of good in it, because if you're always eating, you're always just putting something in, putting something in, putting something in, your stomach has to digest all this food. And if y'all know, when you digest food, it's stomach acid. It's literally acid in your stomach that's continuously working, 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 working. You don't give it a break. You know what I'm saying? So just think about it from that mindset at least, right? There's levels to detox that you want to make sure you participate in. So intermittent fasting is a good one. So stop eating food at a specific time. Start eating food at a specific time, so that way you can have a more balanced lifestyle. So that way we're not needing food. Like, we don't necessarily need that much food. We have a lot of people who do like 1 meal a day, and they take that, and you can see the benefits that they have, but it also shows that you can survive on 1 meal a day. You don't necessarily need to eat that much unless you have a specific purpose behind what you're doing, right? So like, even for me, like if I'm eating 5 meals a day, more than likely is because I'm training for something, right? And that's a purpose, you know what I'm saying? So understand why I say food to fit your life. So if I'm training for a show, there's a specific reason why I'm eating a specific amount of food, right? If you're just eating a bunch of food for no real specific purpose, just on the thought of you think you need that much food, that means we probably need to scale it back. There's If you look at the calories and how much that we probably should be eating, it's a lot less than what the normal average. I'm gonna just say American, because I think Americans eat a lot more food because it's a lot more available to us. We have a lot more fast food. We have a lot more convenient food. I did a show about the convenience store that sells these foods that are convenient, they're cheap to make, but also a lot of them are linked to certain, I'm not going to say diseases, but they can cause issues with your health. But not only that, some of the ingredients are also banned in other countries that not are necessarily banned here. And they're not banned here because they're convenient for us, meaning the ingredients make it convenient, they make it quick, so that way we can digest, hurry up, and just go. Because Americans, as far as what we live in a world where we work, 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 come back home, go to sleep, take care of whatever you got to take care of, and get right back to the grind, and that's the culture that we push, and that they also push this type of narrative, right? But they didn't think about the other end of it, that it can lead to health problems, that you don't get the necessary rest that we need. We're not getting the necessary hydration. We're not getting enough water intake. You know what I mean? We're not getting enough sunlight. These are different factors that have or can cause health issues. Perfect example is we talk about Black men health this year. One of the number one things was heart issues. And for Black men, for our heart, we definitely we need sunlight. We need high traces of vitamin D. We need hydration, and we need iron. So with us being in the house a lot of times, if we're not moving, we're not active, we're drinking a bunch of sodas,
Hmm.
we're eating a lot of the convenient food that doesn't have vitamins. Now over time, you're not getting the natural amount of vitamins that we actually need. So now you're increasing
Hmm.
your risk for heart issues, cancers, stress. Y'all know that food, eating a certain amount of food, that can actually add on to your stress because you're not getting the nutrients that your body needs. You dig? And so
Yeah,
people
yeah.
don't really think about that either. You
There
can
you
eat,
go. There you
you know what
go.
I'm saying? You can eat okay, but if your stress levels are at an all-time high, if you're always in this flight or fight, I think we spoke about that too, that flight or fight mode, it produces chemicals in your not just brain but your body to react a certain way. And that isn't always healthy. I think my grandma told me this, like, you don't want to stress at all because stress can kill you. Stress can kill you for real.
Yeah,
And it's
absolutely.
because of the chemicals that we put our bodies in. We put our bodies in so much stress. It's always on the go. It's always just you really not getting the proper rest for the long term. You dig? And so that's what
Yes, sir.
I mean by food to fit your life. You want to make sure if you're going to eat something, make sure you burning it off in a way where you're trying to prepare yourself somewhere. So you don't necessarily need to eat
Yes,
that
sir.
much. You need to maintain the calories that you need for the day based on your biology. Women need a certain amount of calories, men
Yes,
need a
sir.
certain amount of calories. Stay within that range, right? If we think we
Yes,
need
sir.
more
Yes, sir.
or less than what we're recommended, then let's go back and look at our lifestyle. The average numbers are there for the average lifestyle. And if you're living an average lifestyle, then you want to stay within that range. And if you're not, there's probably
Yeah.
something going on there where either you're trying to accomplish something or not accomplish something. That's going to entail what your life is like. Everybody's living a different lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I hope I'm
Yeah.
making sense. Like even in Showtime, if I'm making sense, let me know. If I'm not, you know what I'm saying, correct me on that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And I was gonna add in too, man, and feel free to make those adjustments. That's a general guideline. We get those general statistics, we get the general portion size, these are general recommendations. You take what works for you. You make sure you consult your physician at all times, whoever is your primary care physician or whoever you trust, with holding you to that standard, and you make sure you just fact check it. Definitely, like you said, man, you cooking. You've been saying it was a couple points I wanted to hop in on.
Yeah,
But this one, I just wanted to, definitely just make those adjustments, man. Ultimately, we just giving some general guidelines. You brought up the alkaline chart. These are general things, general recommendations, and make those adjustments. Ultimately, like I always used to share with my clients, man, you want something that works for you realistically. Like if you're not going to do it, if you can't commit to it, if you're not going to stick to it, then it makes no sense anyway. So gradually, we just want to get better. We want to get to a healthier state. I think should ultimately be the goal. And then you spoke about portion sizes. So us being athletes, you doing a few shows, we understand the difference between a caloric surplus and just calorie expenditure. So we kind of understand how to adjust calories when it comes to weight gain, weight
mhm,
loss, what's a healthy weight, what we feel like a healthy weight for our body style is. We understand that
100%.
a little bit more. But I wanted to give here's another tip though. I had a conversation with a trainer that maybe not understood exactly like we understood it, but she understood it from her joints. She was a 62-year-old lady and she was just telling me, well, I know how much I need to eat because if I eat too much, it gets heavy on my knees. And I was like, oh, shoot, like she's that in tune with her body. And that's cool. Your body will speak to you if you're not sure how much you should be eating or how little, or if you have enough nutrients, or if maybe you should try sea moss. If you're deficient in something, that's a high tell that maybe you need to increase something. If you get tired really fast, that may be a good cue for some adjustments. I always tell people your knees talk to you, your ankles talk to you, you
That's a
you
fact.
know, your elbows, your joints are gonna talk to you. The first
Come
thing
on.
I say when people tell me, "Hey man, my knees, my this," I'm like, well, what attention do you pay to your joint health, especially as we age? You know, those omega 3s, those omega 6s. Are we paying attention to, things like that as we get up in age? When we're
Mm,
younger, our bodies are a little bit more forgiving. Our bodies are growing. Our bodies are adapting. Our bodies are, we're growing. I always say, man, I feel like God, he watches over us, as we're coming up. But
that's a
as you
fact.
get older, you have to take some of that accountability. You have to
Yeah.
take some of that accountability back. That's why I always say that CMOS. If you know you're not getting anything or you're not paying any attention to the joint health, you know, people speak about being anemic, getting really cold fast, just little tell like that. Your body will speak to you and tell you what it needs. It's just a matter of, are we paying attention to those tell or to those signs,
Hmm.
and are we making those adjustments? Like you said, it's all about making those adjustments. You don't have to stick to everything on that chart, but make those adjustments to cater toward a healthier you in your lifestyle. You feel me? That's each individual. I'm speaking of us, you, me, all the risers, you know, all the supporters, everybody. So
Yo, you dropped major gems, bro. And I like what you said because you said you talked to a trainer because like when they were when you get of age, you have to think about different things like your joints. You know what I'm saying? And I think we should think about that now, not just when you get of age, but just understanding that that's going to come anyway. So always have that in the back of your mind. Like I know for me, I know how I train. All right. So I know for y'all may judge me on this, but like, everybody like to do the back squats where we throw a bunch of weight on, you squatting and all this, you benching, you pumping all the weight. We don't think about those joints later on, you know what I'm saying? And that can cause problems if it depends on how you lift over time. You know what I'm saying? If you're pushing your body to an extreme level, and that does wear and tear your joints. And I think everybody that works out heavily like that knows that, and there's preventative things you can do. So like even the way I work out on my squats, bro, I use a Smith machine now because it takes the pressure off of my joints. You know what I'm saying? And that's a different type of workout that you can now incorporate, into healthier joints and just healthier things, right? Um, like physical therapy, for example. Like if you're going through a surgery and you want to get back to the basics, right? They give you certain type of workouts to get you back on track, so that way you're elevating in the right way. So think about that when you want to eat food. So if you're gonna have a food that's gonna fit that, if you're going through some type of healing, then you want to make sure, let's say if your joints, for example, let's say you're going through some joint issues. So we all know, or the ones that don't know, inflammation can cause issues on your joints.
mhm.
Extra weight, extra fat, extra all these extra additives on our bodies, they weigh in on our joints. You dig? So that can cause inflammation, and inflammation eventually over time for an extended period of time can cause problems. So you want to make sure you're eating and introducing anti-inflammatory foods in your life. A great source of iron, magnesium, vitamin C is great for antioxidants. A great superfood, and actually, Showtime, you said one of these foods before, sweet potatoes.
Sweet
Great
potato.
source of iron, magnesium, vitamin C, and great for energy production. It's healthy dose of fiber. These are complex carbs. These are things that are the powerhouse to boost your energy levels the natural way. You dig? And there are other things too, like cashews. They're low in sugar, rich in fiber. They're good on your heart because it's heart healthy fats. It's a plant protein too because it has a lot of protein in your nuts. You dig? Solid source of magnesium too. Manganese. These are things that's good for your brain, for your heart, and it boosts your immune system as well. So these are just different things that you can do to elevate those levels. Like I said, if you're having issues with your joints or something like that, avocados is another superfood,
Yeah,
great in
yeah.
high fats and fiber and vitamin B. So these are your polysaturated fats that's going to be good for your blood health, fat levels, boost absorption of nutrients because a good fat is how you absorb your nutrients. You dig? So that's is something that you want to do. And it tastes. You can make it taste how you want to because it's got a bland taste to it. So adding season to it just make it taste good. But it also sustains your energy. These are foods you can eat to, like I said, decrease that weight on your joint. This is also going to help you have more energy through your mental, through your body, so that way you're not going through that last minute struggle. I think everybody that has a 9 to 5, which I think most of us have a 9 to 5, you go through that crash. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you think you need a sugary drink. Well, you don't necessarily need that. You can actually start to eat foods like dates. Dates is high in natural sugars. These are your fruits. That's going to give you a quick burst of energy midday. So instead of grabbing that coffee, that's and you adding cream and sugar because most people are not drinking it black, no sugar. They're gonna add that extra stuff in there, which over time that's gonna make you crash. Instead of reaching for that energy drink, get you some dates.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
your little oatmeal bar. You know what I'm
So
saying? Pack it with some dates. Add some cinnamon to it. You know what I'm saying? That's going to fight that midday slump because it's high in iron, manganese. These are potassium. These are things on the periodic table that's from a plant-based source that's going to aid your body. And in addition, it's also adding fiber and antioxidants. So it's taking away the inflammatory issues that your body may have. So
yeah.
now you're detoxing away from the things that you normally eat, but introducing these more of a healthier ways of eating to not only fuel you so you can feel full, but to aid you in health and hydration.
That's real. That's real. I wanted to definitely add in. I like the turmeric, man. It's good, really good with inflammation, and that's just natural. One of the seasons you can put right over the food. I've seen people use it with coffee. I've seen people. I actually used to use it with some of the eggs. Even that egg, the plant based eggs, is pretty good on. Sprinkle it on a little seasoning. Really good with inflammation. My seniors at church, that's one that's really good with the arthritis and inside the body, and that's all just something you could supplement to what you're already eating, supplement to your nutrition now. Just putting a little turmeric, and that'll help you with the inflammation, some of the inflammation in the joints. I still to this day keep it regularly. That's one of my herbs I keep regularly,
That turmeric.
just to sprinkle that turmeric. Yes, sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna put that in there. Let me
And
put it in the chat for y'all, so that way y'all know how to
for
get this
sure.
stuff, man. It's turmeric.
For sure. Great results too. And that's not even one you have to, you don't even have to look hard for. It's right there at your grocery stores. Just
That's
make
a
sure you
fact.
find something organic, pretty good, but it's really good. And just keep it in rotation, like the sea moss. Don't expect it to work any magic. Keep that stuff in the rotation. What it's doing is it's gonna put the good stuff that our body needs. See, we've gotten away from that plant-based mankind in general. I'll leave you with some of these words, man. We've gotten away from how I feel like we were intended to eat, some of the things we were intended to ingest. We've gotten away from it for mass production reasons. We're more, like I always say, I understand it. We have a lot of people, we have more, we've multiplied, we've did exactly what the Bible said. We were fruitful, we've multiplied. So it's a lot more. And I feel like to the powers that be, a lot of times it's more, hey, let's just produce the stuff. We're not really looking into, is this stuff the healthiest for the body? We just want to produce the stuff. So that means it's
That
up to
convenience.
us. You feel me? That convenience. So it's up
Yep.
to us to be disciplined. I'm not even gonna lie to you and say no, you can't have none of it. Well, this the country we live in. Living by the laws of the land. You may have to consume some stuff, but you don't have to overindulge. You don't
That's a
have
fact.
to live in an obese lifestyle if you know better. We know this stuff is out here. So what we're telling you, what this whole episode is about just eating for your lifestyle.
Mm,
Finding those foods
oh,
on the list. Understanding, okay, well, I can consume some of the tea, with the chamomile tea. I can consume some turmeric, put a little turmeric on my foods. I can try to get a little sea moss, tap in with Queen City Organics or the Rise and Rise special brand we got coming out, the sea
let's
moss, the
go.
special flavor. You can just bring that into your regular lifestyle and just keep consuming and just combat some of this stuff that's out here. That's all we
I
offering.
love it. I
Yeah.
love that, y'all, and he's right on time. So, for y'all that don't know, shout out to Queen City Organics, man. We have a we have a alkaline sea moss that we coming out, with a good brand from me and Showtime. You dig? So, it's called Rise. berry rafa, raspberry rafa. That's going to be the brand of the sea moss that we're coming out with to make sure that it's an anti-inflammatory sea moss that we're pushing out. And you dig, that's going to be something that is going to be good on your joints for people that work out. This is going to be good for your muscle recovery. This is a recovery type of sea moss. This is something I've been taking, and I'm going to be taking it for the show. So I'm not, super sore, but I'm still building muscle as I grow, and continuing to have a plant-based lifestyle while I'm competing. You dig what I'm saying? So, this again, this is for the Rise and Rise Academy. You know what I'm saying? We have our partner with Queen City Organics. We're gonna have a lot coming soon for you guys. Having sea moss coming up, sea moss gel. There's a lot more products coming in, so stay tuned. These are things that we're gonna be introducing to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, shout out to Akil and Queen City Organics.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
I
sir.
like it, man. So what we
Let's
got
keep it
going
up.
on. So,
Let's keep it up. Just
like Ernest been on the turmeric. Yeah, I see you, big dog.
turmeric.
That turmeric work. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all a little
Yeah.
quick thing about the turmeric. So it's good turmeric. This is gonna be good for your body. There's other types of turmeric out there. The turmeric that you want is the turmeric that if you put in the water, it sinks down in the cup. That's the one that's going to be more potent into your body, so that way you can get that quick anti-inflammatory into your system, and it actually goes cleaner. So if you have a cup of water, put turmeric in it. If the turmeric sits on top of it, it's going to take a while for that body to digest it, so that way it goes into your joints a lot swifter. So if you got that turmeric that just sinks down, and I think that organic turmeric is what you need, and it sinks into that water. So that's pretty much what it does in your body. So when you digest it, it's now going into your joints at a much faster rate, more efficient rate. You dig? And I just want to also add in too. So we have a couple questions over here. I had a question from my uncle, man. Shout out to Dale. How does it help in muscle growth? Well, I'm gonna tell you how it helps in muscle growth. When you take turmeric, when you take the sea moss gel that we have coming out, um, you grow muscles through recovery. You know what I'm saying? You build muscle when you recover. So even though you work out, you can work out and have a great time working out. But if you're not recovering, you're not sleeping, you're not eating the right stuff, you're doing workouts, but you're
It's a
not
fact.
necessarily growing the muscle like you need to. You need that thing. Muscles grow in tearing them up and repairing. When they repair stronger. That's gonna give you
It's a
that
fact.
dense muscle. You dig? This is what happens whenever you have people that work out for a long time and then they stop working out for, like, let's say a week. Most people that don't work out like that, they probably lose whatever they lost or gained within that week because they haven't built dense muscle. People who've been working out for a while, they understand they've been working it out, tearing the muscle, healing the right way for an extended period of time. They put on dense muscle enough to where I don't have to touch a weight for a week and I'm still gonna be cut. You
Mm-hmm.
dig? You still gonna get these gains. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you
yeah,
gonna show that muscle like Showtime was showing on that storyboard. I saw you at the at Fitness Connection. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
That stays on you, and
yeah,
that
yeah.
helps muscle recovery. You feel what I'm saying? So when you
I was,
taking these CMOS gels, you know what I'm saying? Not to cut your wisdom, but
you
like
good.
it's recovery. That's long story short, it's recovery. That's what helps the muscle grow.
Yeah, yeah.
But
You was cooking. You was cooking. I just wanted to add to it before we moved on. And also not just the recovery, the start of it, the energizing to start of it. You feel me?
that's a
If you
fact.
lack the nutrients that the body needs from the sea moss, if you lack, if your body's already inflamed, if you lack what the benefits of the turmeric, you can't get in there and produce like a me or a Kobe. You feel me? That's already ready. You feel me? If you lack what it
Mhm.
needs, if you don't have the energy to come in and wreck shop, how you expect
Yeah,
to get gains if you're not even if you're not even prepared to put in the work? All
that's
this stuff it may sound minimal, but we give you the game, the real game. You feel me? Like I said, I
come
use
on.
turmeric on a daily basis. You feel me? And it
That's a
keeps
fact.
the inflammation down, so I don't have to deal with those issues. I come right in, I pull up and wreck, like Big Sean say. You feel me? I pull
Come
up
on.
and wreck because I
Yes,
fuel
sir.
my body prior to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
You cooked it. You cooked, man. Look, that really what he said. Like that's what you want. You want to start great and continue it through on your journey. You know what I'm saying? So that was a great question. How does it help muscle recovery? That's exactly how you do it.
Facts.
And yeah, and so shout out to my cousin. Like, so testing your turmeric, that's a way to test your turmeric. Have a cup of water, have your turmeric, dash it on top of it, and see if it sinks. If it stays afloat, that's how you know that turmeric is not gonna hit your body in a most efficient way, right? So it's gotta sink. It's gotta sink in that water. That's how you know that it's gonna digest in your body really quick, and it's gonna hit your joints at a more efficient rate. Excuse me. So that's a good way to test your turmeric out. But yeah, shout out to Showtime, man. That was a beautiful take on that muscle growth. Thank you for that question too, Dale. So yeah, man, if y'all have any questions, man, continue to drop in. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, let's see what else we got right here. Yeah, so much for procrastination. That's right. Yeah, no procrastination. Just go ahead and get up on that. You dig what I'm saying? Like Showtime said, how you want to start it, you want to continue that thing through. Don't procrastinate. Start right now. Start now, 2023. You dig? We got the 30-day challenge still going on. You dig what I'm saying? So make
Yeah,
sure y'all
yeah.
staying accountable. Continue on through this journey. Yo, it's some folks out here that's like getting to the grind. They doing this thing every day, every single
Yeah,
day. They
yeah,
out there
yeah.
trying to get it. They're not playing in June. They're not playing this month. You feel me? Because they on
Let's
that
go.
grind. They have a purpose.
Let's
They out here
go.
trying to get it. So
Let's
just
go.
anybody can start this thing. Anybody can. You feel me? Anybody can start at any time. You feel me? So I want to make sure we get that out, man. But I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time. I know Showtime. I know you got to get up out of here, man. Any last words for the people, man, before we bounce about? Oh, I think it froze up. You still with me, bro?
Yeah, yeah. If you
Okay.
needed any help, you tap in, man. Free to ask those ask a question if you don't quite understand, man. Tap in with me or Kobe. I know I heard somebody said, man, I don't have a gym membership. You don't need a gym membership. You can do this right
That's a
at
fact.
home. Not only
Yes.
is it, it's free. It's a program that me and Kobe both took time out of our day. These are very simple movements. All you have to do is download the app. If you haven't already, if you're not already in the mid, already
Mhm.
seeing this amazing transformation, if you haven't already seen these amazing, benefits from the first couple weeks, definitely go ahead, man. Tap in if you have any questions. That's my last word. I will leave you
Beautifully
with.
said. Beautifully said, man. And we actually had a couple more last questions. So another question was, um, how do you control the thirst that comes along with it? So I'm assuming what you mean is like just controlling those, what do you call it? I guess those procrastinators, right? So and the best way to do that is really just controlling yourself. Have a goal, have a guideline on what it is that you're trying to do. So this is actually a perfect topic. So food that fits your life, that's going to include drinks. So if what you're digesting as far as liquids, that's not a part of your lifestyle, take it out. Introduce the different type of lifestyle, meaning if you're gonna take your sea moss, if you're gonna get it from us in Queen City Organics, there's different flavors. So there's strawberry lemonade flavor, we have pineapple flavor, mango flavor. These are different flavors that's gonna hit your vitals differently, right? So it's gonna hydrate you in a different way, but it's also gonna fulfill you in a different way. I've always been told, like, you eat a huge bowl of salad, you'll eventually be full because it hits your stomach vitals in a way that's going to portray a healthier lifestyle, because you're getting your purposeful vitamins, you're getting your purposeful nutrients. And people don't think about nutrients as a fulfilling thing. If you are eating nutrient dense food, you will be full because of the nutrients that it's getting from your body. um Tom Value he has a high impact theory show, and he spoke about, no, excuse me, his guest spoke about the different type of blueberries out there. The small blueberries, a handful of those will actually get you full, because the small amount of real blueberries have enough packed nutrients and antioxidants to actually trick your mind to think you're full because of the nutrients, amount of nutrients that you're getting. These huge blueberries that we get, in which we know are GMO, they don't have as much fulfilling nutrients and vitamins in it like we need to. So our bodies don't necessarily think, oh, we probably need more because it's a small amount. But just the food is bigger, so we think that's going to fill us up, and that's not necessarily the case. It comes from the nutrients. It comes from the benefits of the food. That's what it is. Oh, my fault. And it was we got a little bit more clarity on that. It spoke about um taking sea moss that makes you thirsty. So with this type of sea moss, it's a sea moss gel. So the sea moss gel is actually infused with real natural fruits. These are the ones that are infused with strawberry. These are the ones that are infused with the mangoes, the pineapple. Depending on the type of flavor that you get, that's gonna quench your thirst because it has real fruit in it. So natural fruits have natural sugars and also has natural hydration. So that's gonna kill your thirst because if you're thirsty, that means you're probably lacking in hydration. That means you're probably dehydrated. So that's what sea moss gel does. It's going to rehydrate you and it's going to help you recover. And it helps you recover because it rehydrates your muscles. That's what, again, like what Showtime spoke about, that's what helps your muscles grow. You start off right and you break these muscles down and you rest well. You hydrate yourself well so you can improve the amount or the speed that your muscle recovers. And that is going to include hydration. That is going to include on making the muscle bigger because it's going to grow at a stronger rate. You break it down a little bit, but it has to grow stronger. That's how you build the muscle. That's how you increase your thirst quenching because that is going to come from dehydration to rehydration, and that's going to quench your thirst. Last question. So we have, excuse me, what's a good way to get turmeric in your body? Showtime, do you have anything about how to intake turmeric in your body in an efficient way?
Definitely, man. The yogis do some turmeric and neem balls before sessions, and I think that's actually in the Indian culture. It's
Mm,
just they have a way you can like look it up, man. It's really easy. YouTube how to just make turmeric balls. It's really cool, man. You just kind of use some of the water. I know you was talking about how you can test your turmeric. It's
mhm,
just coming some of the water and you add some turmeric. It just kind of the way it forms you can form little small balls and you can just kind of pop it. That's one way to ingest it.
mm,
Another way, like we said, the first lady in my church, and I'll give you a good, being a moment of transparency, just a good moment. I know a lot of people they deal with the as you age, just getting the arthritis and just different, inflammation inside the body. And in my church, it's really big with using some in your coffee. I've heard it in
mm. I
put
heard about
sprinkled
that
in
too.
coffees. Yeah, like I mentioned, man, it's really good. It's really good to mix right up with some eggs if you eat the eggs, even the plant-based eggs. If you scramble your eggs, it's really good to mix right in there. Um, yeah, yep. Right on some. Yep, that's it right there, right there. So
That's it. Okay.
it's all sorts of ways.
So
Don't
this
and
is a
don't
turmeric
overthink
ball.
it. It's not a big taste. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
not a big. It's not a big. I don't think it's a big taste. I know some people think it has. And my wife probably say she can taste it, but I just, it's not a big taste. I like to add it on to whatever I could add it on to. It's one of
Right.
those type vibes. Just
Okay.
incorporate it. Make sure you mix it in, keep it in there.
I like that. I like that. And I think that's a great one because it has water in it. So I know turmeric digested well anything with that liquid, like that water form. That's a good way to take it. So those turmeric balls, I think is probably gonna be one of the best. I think that's better than what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say you can add it as seasoning to your food. You know what I'm saying? Like, or you could take it like it's like in a pill form with some water. I think that's a great way to do it too. But I think that's a better way to do it because now you can actually eat it as a food. You know what I'm saying? The turmeric balls. That's actually something new. So I learned something new today. You know what I'm saying? So I like what you said there. So yeah,
Yeah.
great topic, man. That was amazing. I actually will leave y'all with this. Food that fits your life. Um, I take it like this. If you're eating a lot of food, in my mind, you're probably training for something. You're probably training for a bodybuilding show. You might be training for gaining a specific type of muscle. You know what I'm saying? Um, if you're eating all this food, but if you're not really training for anything, I would look at your lifestyle, or if I were you, I would look at your lifestyle and really see, is it necessary? because I think we use or we abuse a lot of the food that we don't necessarily need. I think we just eat it for no reason. And what happens is if we're eating a lot of food and we're not doing anything with it, your body stores it, and it does it as a survival mechanism. Depending on the type of body type you have endomorph, ectomorph. I think it's euphomorph. And don't quote me on that. I think it's something like that. But anyway, depending on your body type, um, your body stores it, and it won't necessarily be in your best benefit depending on what you use it for. So I'll say this, make sure you get a detox your food, do intermittent fasting. Let's say if you're trying to lose weight, I recommend literally drinking more water, getting more exercise, getting more sunlight, eating more energetic foods, right? Introduce yourself to the alkaline based diet on top of what you're already doing. Hence the Rise and Rise Academy food pyramid. I think that's a solid pyramid. You still eat whatever you, and I ain't gonna say whatever you want, but it's in moderation, and it's
Mhm.
the healthier, the energetic foods are at the bottom. That's the biggest one. Alkaline veggies, alkaline grains. That's your energy. That's your energy. Fruits, whole food, snacks, herbs. That's your second energy, aka that's your vitamins. That's your vitamins that you're intaking, right? And your clean meats and your other additives. That's for the folks that are not plant based, but still want a decent guideline for what their lifestyle is. And I think this food pyramid is a baseline new way of looking at health that will assist us in our lifestyle. These are for folks who work all the time. This lifestyle, this food pyramid is also for people that may work from home. You can use this to go out to eat with. So now whenever you're going out to eat, you can use this as your guideline now. And that's with any type of job you can do. So, and that's just the basic. This is just average. This is basic information that's not really necessarily hurting you at all, but it's giving you a guideline to what it is. I actually just did a post today about foods that I ate that's mostly plant based. And to be honest with you, anybody can eat these foods, even if you're not plant based. Add a piece of chicken to it. Just make sure the chicken is clean. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that the beef or whatever you eat it, just make sure it's coming from a clean source. And it's, like I said, it's 20% of your plate. So it's not just too much. And the reason for it is because we all know that this causes inflammation. Beef, chicken, all that, it causes inflammation. So if we're coming from a place of dehydration, like my aunt said, you know, um, D or lessen the amount of anti-inflammatory, or decrease the amount of inflammatory foods that you're eating, right? Increase the amount of anti-inflammatory foods. So that way you can counterbalance what it is that you're going through. And that could be anything. But this is, again, a baseline scenario so you can get an understanding of how we live our life here at the Rise and Rise Academy, you know, and we're here to, just fulfill everybody's questions that they have, because I know a lot of people, they don't necessarily know this lifestyle. But I know you get questions too, so I get questions all the time about this,
Mhm.
and I think this is just a baseline for what you can do, and if you want more details, tap in with Showtime, tap in with Kobe Rise and Rise, that's what we're here for. We're here to give you what we're doing that's helping us so we can share it with you guys, so that way we can propel you guys for a better future and for a better lifestyle. You dig?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
We'll
That's
go ahead and get
perfect.
up here. Oh, go ahead, Show.
Perfect. Oh no, that's perfect, man. That's perfect closing. That's
All
perfect.
right. That's a bet. That's a bet. Well, listen, y'all. I appreciate everybody for coming to the Rise and Rise Academy podcast. I really appreciate everybody for coming in. Shout out to my Uncle Dale. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Ernest, man. He always tapping in with us, man. So, I always appreciate everybody for
Big
tapping into
shouts.
the
Big
show.
shouts.
Shout out to my cousin, man. And shout out to everybody that was joining in
Thank
to
you.
ask questions, because that's what we're here to do. We're to educate
Yeah.
people that actually want to know the information from us. You feel me? So, y'all, listen, when we face with an obstacle, what we do.
We rise and rise, baby. Peace.
Peace.